Colonel Guardian, Zora Moon Chapter 16, The Rose-Colored River, since that's just our current chapter.
Professor, so this is where you were. I have something I would like to show you. I found this in Lady Rhea's room. It seems to be a letter, addressed to you.
Which one should I choose? Did you check out the room on your own?
I admit some guilt to the action. However, I hoped Lady Rhea had left something behind. I have not read the contents of the letter. If you do not object, could we read it together?
Dear child, I have little time, and so I will keep this brief. I asked you to take care of things should something happen, but I wish to make myself useful as well. I left a treasure at the Holy Tomb. Please take it. However, note that I set a bit of a trap to prevent thieves from stealing it. Please take ample precautions so that you are not harmed when you retrieve it. May Sothis protect you. Rhea.
Her handwriting is a mess. It is likely she wrote this letter 5 years ago, just before the battle. If Lady Rhea says it's a treasure, then I've no doubt it would be useful to us. If you plan to retrieve it, I will accompany you. What is your plan, Professor?
I'll go with you.
However, it says that Lady Rhea laid some manner of trap in the Holy Tomb. Just to be safe, I'd like to request someone else accompany us. We don't know what dangers await.
Let me guess, it's gonna be those weird golem dudes that were on the map during the final boss of my first playthrough. Is it gonna be like those kinds of machines or something? What do you bet? If I had to bet, that's what I'd bet it would be. Those wacky things. Actions on 3/29. Calculating, please wait. Oh no. I won't be able to tell what actions I can do on 3/29. Oh, I went by. Oh man. Anyway, everybody up. Oh, no. Everybody gone. Inventory. Freaking. I'm not using you ever again. I'm not using you ever again. Unfortunately, because I do actually really like Petra. Map. So we're battling in the Holy Tomb again. Oh, we're starting up here this time. This is the area where like Edelgard was during that one chapter and such. So we've got phantom soldiers. Yep, just as I guessed. Golems. Golems are here. Oh, we've got a few generals. Are there any archers for me to cheese over? Ooh, there is. Do I really want to, though? Do I really want to? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, I actually do. Oh, there's a few archers, actually. They all have silver bows. So what are the conditions? I guess it doesn't... Oh, here we go. Defeat all enemy commanders. As long as we leave, like, one of them alive out of the 4? There's a 4th. I don't see any other ones. Oh, I hate that so much. It's not symmetrical. There should be another golem right here. Oh, I hate that. Okay, let's see here. Let's see about reclassing. I've just mastered Grimory. So we could always start learning Wyvern Rider so that we can get some flying experience is what we could do. Let's work with that. So I guess we'll be using axes for this battle then.
I must keep learning.
Alright, the battalion that was assigned has been removed because... Oh, dang it, man. I'll try to remember to put that back on again afterwards then. Is what I better do. So let's see here. Ooh, we got the... It's still straight line ones. But we can put on one of these then. In that case. Items. Let's make sure that I remember that I want to use the axe for this battle. Make sure that I remember that. Who else wants to reclass then? Dimitri has mastered everything I have unlocked on him, so there's no reason to reclass there. Also mastered everything I've unlocked. Actually, wait, there's Cavalier that I guess I could do if she was an adjutant. Technically. Okay, let's keep working on this.
A chance to grow stronger.
I throw swords on him and I change him to a dancer, and yet he still is using mostly magic anyway, so whatever, I guess. Let's make you an adjutant this time.
Guess I'll have to learn something new, won't I?
So, oh, but I need a flying adjutant if it's on me. Maybe not to me then. Yeah, you can keep working on that there. Nothing else for Lysithea to master right now, apart from that beginner class, which is pointless to do. May as well become a Grimoire again,
I will forge ahead no matter what.
considering she mastered that one. So no reason to stay in a lesser class. Okay, that one's mastered, so we can go ahead and change back to Bishop.
Now I can get even stronger.
Sylvain has now mastered Mercenary and got Vantage, so we could always have him start working on Paladin next.
Different road, same destination.
There we go. Cyril has not yet mastered Mercenary, so he'll stay as that. I wouldn't mind changing Ash to a class that would give him better growth rates in defense and resistance, because he's so frail right now. I could always change him back over to being a warrior again. What I could do. Or we could have him try this out just for fun. Just for funsies.
I'll embrace this new power.
Yeah, I guess these are all the units that I don't use there. It seems very much like. Okay, so which units do I want to bring here? I mean, Dimitri's always fun. Oh yeah, I forgot, we have his Hero's Relic now, too. Yeah, I'll want to have an adjutant there. So maybe not on Dimitri. I'll probably have her be an adjutant on someone who hasn't mastered their class and can therefore go be part of a class maxing machine. Flyers could be handy there. You've mastered Grimoire. Let's try to bring all the people I can who haven't mastered their class yet. Is what I can do. That is the goal there. Yeah, something like this here. Oh, we can bring 12 units. Sweet, man. Yeah, we can have you as an adjutant. Sure, let's bring Cavalier Ash. Is what we can do. Do we want to bring Gilbert, or do we want to have him as adjutant? We'll see here. So there should be nobody down here who I use. Yeah, seems like. I can take a ton of units. Maybe I'll just have these two as adjutants, considering they can gain some free experience for their weird classes then. I don't use these two. Let's refresh the screen there so we can take one more. Gilbert it is. I can set these two as adjutants in that case. So yeah, who is somebody who has not yet mastered their class? I can only have Seth as an adjutant since I'm flyer right now. Felix wouldn't mind working on his class for getting Life Taker. So yeah, he can go ahead and have a nice little chit chat with Dorothea here. You're a decent way towards mastering that class there. Who's a decent ways away? Oh yeah, Sylvain could definitely benefit from that. So let's have Sylvain pair with Cyril so they can work towards mastering their class together. Is definitely a good plan there. Now we can take one more adjutant. So, and these are all the units that I like never use. So, who do we want to bring here? Is the question. Are there any bonds that I want to build up? Snow, maybe so. I don't think so. I don't know, man. Hardest decision of my life right here. Yeah, having him be healed is overkill. Let's give someone frail, like the glass cannon. A healer, sure. Alright, this is the most units I have had in a single battle thus far in this playthrough. Yeah, I'm gonna want to replenish those battalions so that we can break the armor of the Dudos.
Come back soon.
Did I want to have a look through battalions as well? That's fine there. Yeah, it's the same kind of thing there, it looks like. Stride is always handy, but I mean, I feel like I might only put it on. It might be best to only put it on while it's a map where it's like we can for sure make stride plays. I mean, sometimes I'm surprised and it's like, oh, this is a good opportunity for a stride play. You know? Yeah, we've got 2 that have stride. We don't really need 2 to have stride. But I'll use a net more often than I use Marianne. Marianne's more commonly an adjutant, so I don't know what the heck. I don't know what the heck to do there. Why do you have assembly and not something better? Like, let's see here. What else can we do here? Poisoned arrows. Ooh. That's interesting. So it's like the full Asade, but with poison on it. That's pretty cool. I like that. Let's throw that on Sylvain. Maybe we'll give him a magical one at some point later. There's Blaze. Oh yeah, having archers there is always handy with the 2 uses and the range that it has. The area of effect is always handy. Okay, for now we'll do something that has more range. Can we have a full Asade? So that is so useful for breaking armor. There's a full Asade. Nice. That's very handy when it comes to breaking armor. Alright, so then. My unit can just fly down, so she doesn't really care. Which way does Dimitri want to go? Probably not towards the mages. There's mages on either side. Who wants to go where? Felix can't quite make it over there to stabby stabby. Let's have my cavaliers go that way. Yeah, this is probably a fine-ish setup. Something like this, I don't know. Go ahead and save and hop right into the battle then. We have to defeat all enemy commanders.
Something is wrong. Do not let your guard down. Phantoms? And some are giving commands. Remove them from the battlefield immediately.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Also, speaking of stride plays,
I'm your girl.
maybe I should actually change around who's going out first. Maybe I should do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You can do it! I love the things they say during stride. Alright, so now as a flyer, how far can my unit go? Oh my goodness, man. Wow. I don't have a close counter on, so I wouldn't be able to like counter everyone. Woo! Which movement is that? 15 right now. We're sitting at. Wait, can I just like... Oh boy. Boy oh boy, who's that? That wants to attack me. That's just a mage. And then that dude there. This is fine. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing this. Look at that. Oh my goodness, man. And then I can freaking Canto away.
Ready when you are.
Oh boy. Yeah, let's just get ready here.
Onward.
Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and try to take down these guys. 0 damage. No damage at all. So I wonder what we're gonna get at the end of this thing then.
I'll comply.
I wonder. Let's go over here and let's go ahead and take out this guy. Like that.
Eventually, I too will fall.
Got trading sword.
My orders?
Yeah, he didn't get.
I'll do my best.
He didn't get the buff there. Let's see here. Well, may as well do this. We're taking 0 damage in return anyway. Oh, I guess I could have moved Ingrid there and like Cantoed then. Dang it, missed opportunities.
I'd be honored.
Well, this is the time for freaking Ash to work on his lance skill. While he's doing this weird class to hopefully get
It's my
some
duty.
better defense / resistance. Maybe. We'll see.
I'll cut through.
We'll see how it goes. Sure, let's try it. Why ever not? And Aegis. Nice.
What's the plan?
Plan is you go over here and murderize this guy. Man, you so rarely double, huh? Don't ya?
Let's make this quick.
Can't quite reach over there, huh? Yeah, let's just go ahead and take out this guy.
Don't bother haunting me.
What I think I'll do. Yeah, only that guy's gonna come after him there. Once Mercedes from there. Let's actually go ahead and do this. Heal Felix for a little bit, and then we can go ahead and do this. Heal the rest of Ash's HP.
You're a big help.
Yeah, so let's see. Ah, that's why you're able to attack from that far. It's one of the super far spells. I see, I see. Ow. Unbelievably rude. Golems are on the move. I don't know why that one's going that way. Lance of Light. Big spins. Biggest of spins. Dang it, it actually connected. Well, I guess Dimitri can't move on the next turn here. Whew. Let's hope nobody else attacks him right now. Or if they do, it's at one range. Yikes. Big yikes.
Mechanical beasts. Locate their puppet masters and eliminate them.
Why don't I just take down the things themselves? Oh my goodness, because they're really, really strong. My, oh my. Well, Dimitri
If I die.
can't move. We may as well attack this guy here. Can't one-shot with anything. So he kind of has to get healed. Is the thing. Let's go ahead and take out that guy. No damage.
I cannot lose.
Let's go ahead and heal Dimitri here.
Wasted effort. I'll comply.
And we'll see here, I guess. Yeah, can't even one-shot with that, huh? Use Atrocity. Or Paraceline. This is probably a very good use of it there. My oh my. That's Dimitri with his unique lance then.
Doubt long ago.
That we get to see for the first time. Cool. And I'm getting so much materials to like repair these weapons anyway, so I don't have to like conserve them as much as I have been. I don't exactly have to. All things considered. Yeah, I won't be able to take out all of his spots there with 2 units alone. Let's see here. Take out this guy.
Be at peace.
Might have to just slowly push forward. So he has 3 range of attacking there. Sure. Might be handy. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and keep on pushing forward bit by bit. Is what we can do. And yeah, let's see here, essentially. Haven't I moved? No, just Sylvain. Just Sylvain there. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? What am I supposed to do about these mages then?
A fitting end.
So I guess...
For a monster like me.
Those mages are a concern. Maybe I should actually go back to the beginning here. This is what I could do. Like, we could take it nice and slow. Let's worry about the mage's insane range. 4 uses of that. Try to stay away from them. From the dudes that can cross map snipe. Is it just that one? There's... I swear there was at least 2 that were over here. And doing that. No?
I'm your girl.
Let's just push forward now. Let's not worry about the freaking thingamabob. The stride. Let's not worry about that.
I'll comply.
Okay, send Dimitri forward to do his thing.
All talk and no action.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this just in case.
Thanks.
Just in case to help there.
Orders?
No, I
What's
can
my
also do this. This is what we can do. I can't believe I forgot to put on close counter. I won't be able to do anything about those guys there, but at the same time, I don't really need to, do I now?
I'll cut through.
Well, let's try this one, I guess. Well, that sucked, didn't it?
At your service.
I'd be honored.
That sure sucked, huh? Let's try to take out this guy.
I won't falter.
Like that. Wait there, get the training sword.
What's the plan?
Plan is you go up here and take out this guy. Nice, nice, Sylvain.
Burn until we meet again.
Alright, yeah, and there goes the rest of his movement there.
Ready when you are.
Get another flyer over here, because that'd be handy. Yeah, let's make sure that you're topped up.
I needed that.
Just in case.
Let's make this quick.
Yeah, so we can have all those units over here and all these units over here. Yeah, that dude can go after Dimitri, that's fine. That is a-okay. Annette is over here, so I can always stride my unit if need be to go take out those magical snipers.
Predictable.
If it's needed. We'll see what happens. That's rude. That is unbelievably rude. What is it with enemies and getting so many random crits?
Mechanical beasts.
Yeah, you said that before. So yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about these dudes. These dudos. Who do I want these guys to go after? Maybe Sylvain.
Just be careful.
How do you feel about Matt? Or maybe I could put Felix in there. Might be the better play. Yeah, have Ash take out this guy. Like that.
I'm still here.
Not bad at all.
Cool. Felix can't quite make it into there. Without a warp. I mean, Ingrid's also pretty tough. This should bait both of them out, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see what that does there. Let's boopity bop. Get everyone's health all topped up. Is what we can do. Meanwhile, over here, in this situation that we have. Well, let's take out this guy. I like that. Oh, that class is maxed now. I got Pav Eyes.
I'm adequately trained.
Neat, neat. Yeah, let's go ahead and take out this guy. Nice.
I'm nobody's fool.
Sweet.
I can't stop now.
It was an okay level up. Okay, the moment I get into these mages' range, it'll bait them out. There's a bow knight here. We're facing enemies in master classes now. Scary. Dimitri can go around one-shotting everyone.
Too weak for this world.
As he typically does. Yeah, let's go ahead and top off his HP. And move this way. So do we really want to move into that range there? Is the question. I don't know where that dude's going. This guy's coming back up here. This dude's coming towards us now. So yeah, that did bait them out. Hopefully this doesn't connect. Cool. Cool, it did not. Ah, that made that guy move, but not where I was hoping he would. Yeah. Not exactly super helpful to me there. Not particularly. Ow. Yeah, I got it.
Need to slow down.
Gotta try to get his defenses higher. Is what I should probably do. Nice emote there. Oh yeah, I gotta dismount for like the stairs and stuff. Is what has to happen. Because it's kind of tricky for the horses to go down the stairs. Surprisingly enough. Yeah, let's keep on moving forward here.
Much appreciated.
Is what we can do. So can we bait out that dude there? Looks like. Wait, who is that? That's someone else. It's an archer. We can bait him out anyway. Just because. Who haven't I moved? Oh, it's a new turn. Wasn't even paying attention. So the mage that has the crazy range, is it you? You have to be concerned about those archers though. Just a wee bit. Take out this guy.
All is going to plan.
Try to take out the archer with the crazy, or the mage with the crazy range when we can. I mean, yeah, it's the mage that would want a net there. So that'll bait him out, is what it'll do. And then my unit should be able to finish him off next turn with a net baiting him out. Like, he probably won't be able to do much, if any, damage to a net anyway. Oh, with her resistance. Yeah, he has to go around the corner. Oh, wow, he actually can do damage. Those mages are tough. But now he's baited out right in front of my unit who can one-shot him. So, very good news there. Yeah, now the enemies are on the move. My unit's so OP, though. Is the thing. So yeah, now I'll have my units come down and kind of converge on these enemies that were baited out. Try to see what we can do to them. Yeah, here comes that guy, though, which is a bit of a concern. Okay. So, first and foremost, you don't have bolting. Neither do you. Cool. Felix, what can you do here? Dang it, man. Well, time to brave sword it up. That's what we'll do. Make sure he doubles. Yeah, everyone's kind of coming over this way. Now is the thing. So Dimitri can go over this way. Let's deal with the little enemies first. That's what we can do. This is the guy who cross maps, so let's go ahead and take him out of the picture. Like that.
There's no turning back now.
Yeah, I don't exactly want to put anybody else in the fray when I don't need to yet here. Unless we can one-shot with Abraxas. Do you have magical or physical attacks? Probably magical, considering your magic's higher. If I had to hazard a guess. Yeah, but we can take out that archer, so that's fine. Go ahead and heal here.
I owe you.
Okay, then Annette can go this way and go ahead and Abraxas this guy. Like this. Nice. If that missed, I would have been so mad. Let me tell you. Yeah, he'd want Gilbert then because magical attack. Yeah, that damage is a little concerning there. Just a wee bit. Let's go ahead and top off that health there.
Well done.
Just to be extra safe. Yeah, Gilbert can chill here. Meanwhile, over here... Who has that range there? It's the Bow Knight. So maybe we can bait out the Bow Knight by putting a unit in there. No. Apparently not. Does he not want any one of my units here? I guess not. Go ahead and mount again. Let's try to get our units to converge at the bottom here now. Here's what we'll do. Top off that health.
Thank you.
That random archer would want her though. There. Yeah, that'll be one less target on my character, so that's A-oh good. That's fine by me. There's no way that archer will be able to kill her anyway. Yeah, mage is going after Dimitri is a little bit concerning. But it's only the one mage this time, so it's not too bad. Nice, the dodge. Ah, he changed his mind. He did want my unit after all. Wow, but nobody can hit my unit anyway, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't even matter. Okay, only the one golem we have to deal with right now then. Because the other ones are kind of off doing their own thing. Is the case. The lighting in here also seems a little bit weird. At first I was like, is my room light on in addition to my studio light? But no, it's not. I'm just losing my mind here. Ooh. Well, you guys positioned yourselves quite well, didn't you? Alright, as for this turn here, that commander there can't move. Okay, time to do the thingy-merbob. Assault troop of 4 spaces here.
It's time.
They kind of lined themselves up pretty well here, didn't they? My oh my. So that dude's down. Those two are damaged. And that spot is cracked now. So let's see here. Yeah, we can do the wave attack here. Do the wave.
No escape.
Do the wave, man. Get that golem. There we go. That guy's one-shottable now. Yeah, attracted his attention. That doesn't surprise me. If only I had Felix as a dancer right now. If only. Wait, I don't need Felix as a dancer. I don't actually. Because I have Liza Thea. Nice. This archer can't move, so his range is limited. So let's go ahead and mount again, and then we use Gambit, and then we break both of these spots.
Witness my resolve.
So we won't have to worry about this dude for the next turn. So I'll have my other units focus on the other units there for now. because that golem is stunned. Okay. Some more experience. Gilbert can come down the stairs here. Could have rallied there, I guess. Alright, so let's see here. Yeah, we can take out this archer with Marianne. So may as well.
I must keep going.
Because we don't have to worry about the golem right now anyway. Flame can't reach anybody except for the golem, so she may as well take out that health bar. May as well, so there's the first one down. What abilities do you have? So you get Swordbreaker now, and then you get Lance Fair on the next one. So you'll be doing extra damage on your last health bar then, is what that's telling me. Yeah, you guys can't do anything. You can attack my unit. But my unit doesn't really care. Yeah, you can't kill that guy, so you may as well try to keep Dimitri safe in that case. There we go.
Wasted effort.
We have one of my stronger units take out that mage next turn. For now... I mean, Sylvaina's pretty good resistance, though. Yeah, so he can bait out that mage just fine. He won't care. There's the poisoned arrows. Yeah, let's get my units together. Is what we can do. We went down opposite ways, but let's try to get them together now. Maybe mostly. Maybe Felix wants to go after these guys. Maybe. But he can't do it alone. Could use some backup there. Yeah, his resistance isn't half bad either. Definitely not. Oh, come on! What is it with enemies and getting random crits so often now? And Not So Formal comes out of nowhere and drops a 3-month resub there. Thanks so much for the 3 months of being subscribed, Not So Formal. I appreciate it. And how am I? I'm doing pretty alrighty, just chilling. Just chilling, trying to overcome this here. And now that you've reached 3 months... Oh, dang it. Oh, he has Vantage. He didn't crit. Oh, man. So Felix died because of a random, like, 7% or something critical hit from the enemy there.
HRU.
Dang it, man. Things are going mighty fine, and thanks so much for the resub there. I know you can only use the Prime sub in one place each month. I appreciate you using it here this month. And now that you've been subbed for 3 months, I gotta update your name color in my Discord server, considering I have name colors update there with, like, different badges there. With each badge, it increases that there. Also, it doesn't actually have you listed as a subscriber on Discord. I guess you don't have Discord and Twitch linked together. It must be. But yeah, I'm gonna add you as 3-month sub. Now your name color on my Discord server is green to match the Harmony scarf that's there.
I'll cut through.
There you go. You got green now. But how are things going? How go things, Not So Formal?
Thank you.
Hope things are going well there. And it's okay. Could be worse, I guess. I don't know. Okay, Sylvain can tank that. He doesn't care. Dimitri's not too fond of that, but he can take it if need be. This guy's gonna try to shoot me. Ow! Ow, so rude. This guy's on the move now. And that guy's going down into the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. Which is always nice. So yeah, we should try to take out this dude this turn.
My orders.
Can Gilbert take out this mage? He can if he uses that thing. He can only do it if he does the hero's relic, unless he say does a thing here. Helm Splitter? You can freaking Helm Splitter steel axe this guy. Big spins. There we go.
On my honor as a knight.
There we go. There goes that mage. There goes that mage there. Yeah, we're gonna have to try to do something about these guys, aren't we? That's a bit of a concern. This guy can't move, so we don't have to worry about him.
I'd be honored.
Who's someone who can only reach that mage? Felix is. Can't quite take him out, though. Could do some damage though, I guess. And the guy's doing some damage back. Yeah, Pokeballs. Now that Twitch has a point system, if you signed up for it, it's in beta right now. They're testing it out. So there's things like Streamlabs that have like their whole point system where you gain points like the longer you watch a stream. So Twitch decided to include its own, and you can set them to whatever you want. And I had a Pokeball sketch already drawn up, so I currently have my point system set to Pokeballs, because that's something cool and Nintendo related. So it's really cool that since it's Twitch's point system, so it can do things that like normal point systems wouldn't be able to. So there's rewards like highlighting a message in chat, unlocking a random sub emote. How do you sign up for your own channel? There's probably a link somewhere. If you look up the points thing, in fact, I think I have it in my Discord server actually under announcements. I probably do here. Yeah, here's the link to the point system in general. It should be in the FAQ at the bottom there for like the sign up page. I don't know if it's a thing immediate because I signed up for it before it came out. It just came out like yesterday? The day before maybe? It was something like that. I think it came out yesterday. And yeah, it's just in beta right now. They're basically testing it out, but this is a feature that they want to get like rolling out there that every channel will be able to use like sometime next year, I believe is what they're going for. But right now there's basically just a whole bunch of streamers who are like volunteering to test it basically. So yeah, you can upload a picture for it, just like sub badges and emotes, and I have mine as Pokeballs. So it's really cool that like you can do things like highlighting a message in chat. Like I can go ahead and put a message here, and it's not going to appear on the stream screen like on the actual video now, but in chat right now live it shows redeemed highlight my message 100 Pokeballs, and it shows that it's being highlighted. So also non-subs can do it to unlock a random sub emote or choose an emote to unlock from all my sub emotes, which lasts for 24 hours after you redeem it. You just have that emote unlocked for 24 hours, so that's neat. And there's a modify an emote, which is modifying an emote is pretty weird. There's like filters that you can put on it that change it around. So like, oh, I guess that filter wore off. They only last for 24 hours. So let's modify an emote here. Let's modify my lurk emote. And what kind of filter do I want to put on it? Okay. So Acoust 4 lurk TK. Share your new emote. Bam. Boop the snoot. Now my lurk emote is getting its snoot booped. Look at that. So it's kind of weird, but it's really cool how there could be rewards like that since it's a point system that's built into Twitch itself. So I very much look forward to seeing how this evolves and progresses as it gets closer to being officially rolled out sometime next year, since it's just in beta right now. Yeah, it is neat, isn't it? Like, it'll be neat if they add some more filters for modifying an emote, and that also lasts for 24 hours, just modifying like one of the emotes you have. Like, look at this. Here's my lurk emote in a pumpkin. I have unlimited of my own channel points, but since, you know, I'm the owner of the channel. But yeah, so something else that's really cool, like first of all, it's a way for non-subs to unlock sub emotes, but only one at a time, like for 24 hours after saving up a decent amount of points. So it doesn't take value away from subbing, but is a way for non-subs to potentially enjoy an emote that they really like if they can't afford to sub. As well, for people who are subscribed, they gain points twice as fast. So there's a two times multiplier on points for subs. So that's a really cool way to reward subs, actually. I must say. We could use the inexhaustible if we need to. Here. Is what we could do. We probably don't need to, though, do we?
I'm your girl.
But yeah, so I very much look forward to seeing how it develops and such, since it's still just in the testing phases right now.
I'll comply.
Yeah, Dimitri, as I thought, can just go ahead and eliminate a whole health bar on his own.
Ready when you are.
Because he's Dimitri. He does wacky things. Ow. No crit, feels bad. Alrighty, boopity bop.
I'll do my best.
Let's go ahead and have Marianne delete this health bar here. But yeah, so if you do sign up for it, I don't know how long it takes to like actually get added to the channel, but since I had signed up for it ahead of time. But yeah, oh my goodness, Dimitri. Oh, I just now realized. I'm really dumb, aren't I?
A fitting end for a monster like me.
Oops. Thank goodness for Divine Pulse. Like, Divine Pulse is such a good addition. Like, I would have had to restart the map right there on a normal Fire Emblem game, so thank goodness for that.
What's the plan?
I don't know, I'm trying to figure that out right now.
Onward.
Yeah, let's actually do some damage with Ash, is what we'll do. That way Dimitri can, for sure, take out that guy. Yeah, he's doing extra damage on his last health bar here. Siri, I did not say anything to you, okay? I don't know why you just randomly turn on from time to time. Okay, now you can one-shot this guy. Like that. There we go, the golem is down. We're gonna have to take out this guy here real quick. I still have the magic staff on him.
All for our future.
Even though he's just a paladin right now, because I was too lazy to take it off. Sure, attack Sylvain. Oh. Oh. Never mind. Don't attack Sylvain.
At your service.
Don't actually do that. I changed my mind. Let's give everyone their health back. Is what we'll do. Just signed up, need to wait 24 hours before it's accessible. Nice, nice. So yeah, it definitely seems really interesting. You can set up your own custom rewards. Like, I think I might move the whole Streamlabs points thing that I had, which was basically just for Roller Coaster Tycoon World streams, to that. Like, set it to some absurdly high point amount to redeem for Roller Coaster Tycoon World on that. Like, something crazy, something ludicrous. How do I bait out this mage? Oh, I can probably take out this guy. Pfft, I sure can. And you got lots of points. I think subscribing gives a bunch of points. I know it starts you out with quite a few because following gives 300 points and it automatically texts if you're following there. So already starts you off with a decent bit. 500, nice. And also, speaking of subscribing there, being subbed gets double points. Also, it's really weird. There's a notice on the point system saying like, oh, since it's in beta, the points might reset on October 15th. But it's October 19th right now, so I don't understand. Are there any archers I have to deal with? Yeah, there's that guy. We can make a class maxing machine out of him. Yeah, he's the last archer. We could try to do that. This is what we could always do. Alright, so let's bait out this guy. Is there someone who has 3 range here? Lysithea does. Technically. Technically, she does. Get over here! I wonder if they'll add a feature in the future that lets the streamer hand out points to people. That would be really cool.
Let's make this quick.
Like if I could just give people some points. Or like have competitions for points or something like that. That'd be really cool. Like right now it's still just the bare bones kind of thing. But that'd be really cool.
Ready when you are.
Just like say hi to someone in the stream and be like, hey, I randomly choose you to win some points. Or like, hey, wanna try out modifying an emote? I'll give you enough points for you to try it out. You know? I wonder if you can use the unlocking a sub emote or choosing an emote to unlock for like the higher tier ones. I wonder. I'll have to try that out like in Carvy's stream next time I go there. Oh my goodness, she does 0 damage. This dude's tough. No damage. Well then. Did we at least crack that spot even if we did 0 damage? Oh crap, we didn't. Okay, how am I gonna destroy this guy's armor is the question now. Let's go ahead and do this here. And not to form a redeemed Steam ad on Streamlabs with that point system. And then include a weird strange code with that I now see in my recent events. Yeah, like those are some of the preset options of the Streamlabs ones, so I just kind of had those on. Like, so I don't know if that's a meme or something like that, but yeah, if I haven't already, I can easily add you on Steam. Oh, there's the poisoned arrows. I thought that was just a regular full estate. I forgot. I forgot, man. I guess I don't need to go that far. Just spamming my point system now? Well, that's the Streamlabs point system. That's not the Twitch point system. The Twitch point system is the Pokeballs at the bottom of chat. That's the Streamlabs one that's been there for a long time. Dotney, I just wanted to see what'll happen. Yeah, that's... It just puts something in my alerts there is all that does. Do I have anyone else with full estate? I do. I do, actually. So we can go ahead and break all of his armor spots like this with Gilbert.
Our plan is ready.
With a rain of arrows. It missed!
I'm your girl.
Are you kidding me? Man. Okay, looks like Marianne has a full estate too, just for the sake of destroying armor. Okay, that one connected. Cool.
I'll try to put this to use.
There we go, that's his armor destroyed. Time to annihilate him now. We got some mithril, sweet. Okay, time to go to town, I guess. Time to go to town on this guy. Bonk. Bonk. So anyone that we can bait out here? Oh, it's a mage. And yeah, as a Pegasus Knight, she should have some good resistance there. Oh, some decent resistance. Oh yeah, she should be able to tank that pretty well. Not take too much damage from it. Alright, let's just advance down this way. Sure, work on white magic, I guess. Actually, wait, no, you need to work on... Dang it, you need to work on black magic. Not white magic. I forgot. Yeah. Felix, you want to, like, do things here? Like that. Dorothea got a level up. Dorothea got one. And defense went up. Sweet. Yeah, Ash can go ahead and finish off that health bar there. Like this. So you never asked what got me into streaming? I mean, oh, now he has freaking Lance Fair. I mean, I've always wanted to be able to do like content creation of some kind, and the person that originally got me into Twitch was Otofu when he was a small streamer. He's a Dead by Daylight streamer, and now he's basically a freaking big shot Dead by Daylight streamer who's consistently shooting for hundreds of viewers nowadays. But when I was initially getting into Twitch, he was like a 15 to 20 viewer streamer, so it was like really cool being able to interact with like a small community like that. And basically his energy and stuff like that was like, wow, this seems like it's really fun, I guess. And one day I picked up a capture card, but the idea of the capture card, because I was playing a bunch of Smash Bros at the time, is like, I'll just use it for making Smash compilations because I like doing that. And since like Smash 4 was the thing at the time, because I was like, in my current space, there's no way I can start streaming. But then I was like, wait a second, a couple months later, there's this room that's like downstairs that's just like a misc storage room that's not used for anything at all. So I converted it into this crazy office, and I was like, okay, now I finally have a place to be streaming here. So I don't know, I guess I just kind of started streaming from there. Also, that point goal there is completely busted. My transition's not working at all. Anyway, yeah, I don't really go to Tofu streams anymore nowadays. I don't really have the time to, and it's definitely not the same environment that it used to be anyway. But yeah, that's originally the person who inspired me to start streaming myself, I guess, was his energy when he kind of started streaming, and he was a relatively small streamer, even back then, bigger streamer than I am now. Like, I don't hit double digits a lot myself. Wait, how far can Mercedes go to? About there. So yeah, I mean, I always wanted to do content creation in some form. Like, even before I was a streamer, I was occasionally making stuff on YouTube, but it was typically only Smash compilations. That's basically all I was really doing, and that's the reason I got the capture card. Because I remember there was something with Smash Wii U that let you, I think it was letting you upload your replays, so I would like have them uploaded, I would download them, and then I would edit them and make it into a compilation, upload it. But they removed the feature for that, so I was like, okay, now the only way to do that is with a capture card. So I picked up a cheap capture card one day that honestly I should replace sometime soon. now that I have the means to do so, and now that I'm now that it's not just a tiny little thing to record Smash replays and it's kind of a essential piece of a massive setup here, I should probably replace it because it likes to be weird sometimes. Like sometimes it makes the audio out of sync, especially for this game. Speaking of, is the audio in sync? Does this look in time? Because sometimes it's out of sync. If I do stuff like this, does it look in sync? I didn't actually mean to do that there. It seems to work. What, my capture card here? Sometimes things get wildly out of sync though, so. Oh, so because I put the Sotha shield on, that magic attack only did 1 damage. That's hilarious. Anyway. Yeah, it usually works pretty well, but sometimes it throws things out of sync for like no reason at all. So that's stressful. These guys can't move. These guys cannot move. So I may as well take out like 2 of them when I get the chance here. Oh man, Gilbert can't quite get over there. At least not with a little help. Get over here, Gilbert. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I started out having no idea what I'm doing as a streamer. With streaming. I originally started out as a Smash 4 streamer primarily who played against viewers who stopped in. Like I was doing a few other things on the side as well, like Pokken Tournament, stuff like that. Like I remember I got my first ever follower off a Pokken Tournament. But for the most part, I was sticking with Smash Bros, where people knew me from my Jigglypuff. And the reason why Jigglypuff is one of my emotes is because Jigglypuff very much became a symbol of the stream, I guess. People knew me from my Jigglypuff and the crazy arrests I would go for and such. But yeah, so that's what I was doing for a long time initially. Hey, res went up. That's pretty cool. But then that started getting to me mentally because like people would only come to play games against me and like were never coming to the stream otherwise. So I started to feel pretty bad as a streamer. Like, man, no matter how hard I try, these people just don't want to be my friends. I must really suck as a streamer or something like that. So it was kind of discouraging and I had to stop doing viewer games. So I don't do viewer games anymore, and whenever I do play against viewers in like Smash Ultimate or something like that, I only play against my subscribers or people who are regulars. Like hearing your voice, very good mic. It didn't start out as that. Okay, that dude probably won't be able to do a whole lot of damage there anyway. It sure didn't start that way when I first started streaming. When I first started streaming, all I had was the capture card in terms of tech. So I was streaming with the camera of my laptop. I was streaming off my laptop. I was streaming with the microphone that was built into my laptop there. But hell no, everyone needs friends. What's this about intro? But hello, welcome back. Yeah, if I go into my old VODs here, because every time I do a playthrough, I record it. Well, I store it on YouTube essentially. So like if we look at my first playthrough ever, for example, which was that was Kirby Star Allies. Like the quality was very different back then. You will hug me. Thanks, intro. Use a snowball mic. Shake my head. Here you go. Sounding like a god. I can change that. You want me to change that? Properties. Want me to change that? There. What about now? What about there? Now. And also, oh, I'm just now seeing the redeemed highlighted messages in chat. Oh, I have to refresh my chat window over here because it's not updated for the point system yet. It's still like the old thing. There, now I should be able to see when it's highlighted messages. Everyone hug Harmonia. Thanks, you guys. Also, now the audio should sound terrible, by the way. This is the microphone that's built into that camera there. I can change it around to a few different mics. So this is that camera there. Now it's that camera back there. How the heck did I do that? I'm just changing the microphone from, like, this microphone here is doing nothing right now. I can hit it, it's not gonna do anything. It's off right now. So now it's set to that camera back there. So maybe it sounds distant, considering that camera right there is now my microphone. This thing that's staring at my couch is now my microphone. Yeah, I should probably fix the audio before I destroy people's ears, right? Do I have any other microphones that I can do? No, it's just these three. It's actually pretty much fine, is it? That's surprising. Anyway, back to the Blue Yeti now. Anyway, also, like I said, I archive everything on YouTube when I do a playthrough of it, including stuff like this. So let's have a look at my first playthrough here. Let's actually have a look at this. This one's better. Yeah, this is this microphone. This is this microphone here. Hold on, let's mute the game for a second. Turn on display capture 2. Hold on, look at this. Have a listen to this. Have a listen to this here, my first playthrough.
Let's do a flaming yo-yo. A sizzle yo-yo.
So look at the video quality back then when I was streaming off my laptop. Apparently it's HD, it says.
It stumped me for a little while the first time.
So this is my old face cam overlay. This is the first one that I made. As opposed to my current one, which is hand-drawn.
Absolute madman.
Well, hand-drawn if you mean on a computer by me.
Flowers to get items. Run for these flowers if you're in a pinch.
Like, microphone isn't too terrible, I guess, but it was not that good at all. So I didn't have any fancy lighting.
Neutral B in midair.
I didn't have any fancy lighting here at all. I just had the room light on. The camera quality was so bad. Look how blurry this is. But since then, since those days, I've upgraded my camera. I've got floodlights in the back. I have a much better microphone. I've installed a freaking massive studio light to make sure that the camera quality goes up even further, because this looks way better than the room light. I swear, that thing makes the camera look 3 times better. It like draws out the sharpness. It doesn't actually sound as bad as I remembered it being. I remembered it being worse. I remembered it being worse. But yeah, you need to get Star Allies at some point, Patchouli. It's a pretty fun game, but like I could only play through it like once, and then I was like, okay, I'm bored of this now. But yeah, how do you have everything still on your wall? What, from back then? From like a year and a half ago? Like things have changed from since then a bit. Like, hold on, what did my wall look like back then? Like things were a bit different. Like what's different here? I didn't have anything here. I have 2 hand drawings here now. I didn't have any of the posters up here. I replaced these posters with something different recently. I have some stuff on that wall now. And now I have the floodlights back there. But for the most part, it's the same kind of look. Oh yeah, I moved this. I took it down and I replaced it with a different picture. I replaced it with this How to Train Your Dragon drawing that someone I know actually drew for me. A digital artist freaking. Like, I can't really zoom in here that well. I can switch to like my only camera, for example. This here was actually, I replaced that poster. Where did it go anyway? Where is that one that I think it's moved to there now. So things are a bit different in here now compared to back then. It's still the same sort of look, but I've filled up the space a lot more with a lot more posters now. And it looks much better with a better camera, a light, and like floodlights in the back and a microphone here, stuff like that. But yeah, the poster that was here was moved over there to be replaced with this picture here, because that was drawn for me by someone I know who's actually a much better artist than I am. They drew it by hand and then they drew it digitally. So there's that, which is really cool. Like, I very much like that. I need a better place to keep this drawing than in my drawer, honestly. My transitions are actually working. I was about to say they're still not working, but they actually are now. Cool. But yeah, essentially over the past year and a half of streaming, I've been trying to convert it to be more and more professional over this time. So yeah, there were those things that initially got me into streaming. I started with like Smash 4 viewer games, and then I started transitioning more and more to like, I want to do playthroughs of things. And now that's basically all I'm doing nowadays, is I'm doing playthroughs of things. Because there's so many games I want to get through. Really cool. Thanks, not so formal. But yeah, that's what initially got me into streaming, and a little bit of my journey. It's not the complete journey, but that's a decent bit of the details of the journey, I guess. What got you into streaming, not so formal? What was it like for you? And yeah, I've also been able to meet some really cool people through streaming as well. Like, the first streamer friend I made was a streamer named Marshall Monkey, who right at the beginning of summer like disappeared off the face of Twitch, so I have no idea what the heck happened to him. I don't get free experience here.
You saved me.
Like, I haven't seen him in forever, but he was like my first streamer friend, I guess. So it was really cool doing collaborative stuff with him and like networking and such, even if I haven't seen him in forever now.
Too slow.
But yeah, you love talking, meeting people's fun. Also, you like communities. Yeah, that's definitely something that I've found with streaming here, is that it's like, wow, this is such a great opportunity to meet a ton of people. Like, I've met some of my besties through streaming, honestly. Like, I've met some really cool people through streaming or through like crazy chains of events. Like Carvia, for example. That's a good example. Or Haunt. Like 2 of my mods there. And my 3rd mod I've known since before I started streaming, so that's an exception there. I technically have 4 mods. The last is Martial Monkey, who I mentioned earlier, but I haven't seen him in forever, so I guess I have 3 mods right now. So yeah, like 2 of my mods I've basically met through streaming, and they're all good pals. And yeah, it's been a great time. Like, I've begun to understand how hard it is to grow when it comes to streaming. I've begun to learn that firsthand. But yeah, I'm basically just, I still just want to keep trying my best and seeing how far I can take this. Try to make it all professional, try to develop different strategies to potentially get new faces around here. Like developing guide videos, for example, is stuff that I've done. Like, I have several guide videos for a couple different games on my YouTube, for example. Several of which are of this game. We got Lance to A.
I'm finally grasping.
We got Frozen Lance? I thought that was unique to like budding talents. Guess I was wrong. Anyway, yeah, yeah, so at the end of the day, it is a lot of work, though I also know I do way much more work than a lot of streamers will do when it comes to streaming stuff, because I develop everything for like YouTube as well. So I develop all the thumbnails and I edit the videos and I do all sorts of crazy stuff. Like, I'm somebody that has the mindset where it's like, I gotta do it all myself. So I do all the channel art, I set up all the stuff here, I draw all the emotes, I set up all kinds of crazy things like these transitions. I try to do all kinds of crazy things that other streamers haven't done. I've never seen any other streamer that has a freaking transition like this from scene to scene with like the swords doing stuff like that, and do all sorts of other unique things. I try to make aspects of the stream that are like a wow factor that make people ask like, whoa, how did you do that? So like every time the alert box goes off, the swords here will start glowing for 60 seconds. Though I don't think I've had anybody ask me how that works. Maybe one day I'll reveal the super secret thing behind it. But yeah, that's essentially that story there. Yeah, sometimes it's really stressful with the, who haven't I moved? Oh, it's freaking Ash over here. Sometimes it can be quite a bit of work there, but at the end of the day, I'm glad that I'm doing it. And when it comes to archiving everything on YouTube there, it's like a permanent record of that. Like, I don't know how other streamers can motivate themselves to do playthroughs of things on stream, because it's like you play through it and then Twitch deletes the VOD and then it's gone forever, stuff like that. It's like it never happened. Like, sure, there could be a point of like potentially getting some new viewers through that at the time, but with me archiving everything away, it's like it's a permanent record. It's like I'm making progress there. Like when I was a kid and I was playing games, my goal was 100% as many games that I could to complete them. And I would have like a list of all the games I'd 100%ed. Nowadays, that is no longer my goal when it comes to games. Now my goal is instead to fill this page here with as many playthroughs as possible. Now that I'm a content creator, is fill this with as many playthroughs as I can. So yeah, before I was creating content, the goal was 100% as many games as I can. Now the goal is fill this with as many playthroughs as I can. Because this is like a permanent record of stuff here. This is something that I can look back on and I can be proud of, even if nobody watches it, you know? Like, I can feel good about that. It's like a record of my achievements there. So I like that. I like that very much. If I wasn't archiving it away, there's no way I'd be able to motivate myself to do playthroughs like this on stream, unless it was a game that I was like really, really motivated to play, like this game, for example. I'd play this if this wasn't being archived away. But like having it there, it's like a permanent record there. If I have to go watch an Octopath Let's Play, that was over a year ago. The quality was terrible back then. That was like one of the few playthroughs that I did where I had my camera off. One, because I didn't know where to put it. And two, because the game was so beautiful, I didn't want to block any of it at all. But if you do, just note that the quality back then isn't anything like this. Like, I was working for a company called Longview for the summer, an IT company that does basically IT work for a whole bunch of other companies. And like working there over the summer was basically able to fund a lot of the setup here. Like, Like, I got the studio light, I got the floodlights, stuff like that. I had some time to develop this face cam overlay that I drew myself. So that only happened like July. No, it happened July 26th. I remember because I had that set up the day this game came out, and this game came out July 26th. So July 26th is when I got the like much more professional looking setup. Everything before this playthrough does not really compare quality wise. So the quality of the Octopath Traveler playthrough definitely isn't close to what it is today. I'm gonna say that. Oh, Felix can't even do damage here. But yeah, now that you think about it, you don't remember how you found me. Wasn't it the SCP, the streaming community planet thing there? That community of streamers? Because there was a time that I was trying to meet other streamers and I was going to a whole bunch of other communities, but now I've left all of them because I kind of don't like any of them. Because, yeah, so it was through SCP. So, like, something that I've learned about interacting with these streaming communities and trying to grow myself and meet other streamers is it seems like almost everybody is just there to, like, post their own links and, like, promote themselves and, like, has no interest in meeting other streamers at all. There are exceptions. I met Marshall Monkey, the first streamer friend of mine, through a community. I met you, Not So Formal, through a streaming community. So it's not like it's impossible, but I feel like 90 to 95% of people will just, you know, go to these communities for another place to post their stream link just to grow themselves rather than actually trying to network and, you know, make other streamer friends. Just trying to get more viewership for themselves. And that's the same thing I've noticed on Twitter. I used to follow a bunch of streaming communities on Twitter too. And everybody just use it to like retweet their stream links or follow for follow and stuff like that. And yeah, I've unfollowed all of those now. But there was a time that my feed was getting spammed with so many people's stream links. Or one of the most hilarious things is the hashtag support small streamers hashtag on Twitter. So you'd think that it would mean like, oh, here's a hashtag for, yeah, let's support the small streamers instead of the small ones. But really what it means when people put hashtag support small streamers in their tweets is, everybody come watch me, I'm a small streamer, come watch me, eyes over here. And they don't care about like other small streamers and communities. That's the impression I get. Like, so when it comes to communities, stuff like that, either on Discord or Twitter, when it comes to people trying to grow together, frankly, I think they're a joke. I'm not a part of them anymore. I'm gonna stay away from that. But yeah, but Julie, you're sure you can handle a lot? And yeah, Octopath's visuals are amazing. Yeah, they definitely are. I think during the Octopath playthrough, I think I still had my very first facecam overlay that was in that Kirby Star Allies playthrough, I believe. That was one of my favorite playthroughs that I did on stream, frankly. I've actually been meaning to rewatch my Octopath Traveler playthrough myself on my own time, because that was one of my favorite playthroughs I ever did, honestly. And yeah, Not So Formal, that's also why you left those Discord/communities. Yeah, I don't blame you. That was probably a good move there. Like, even in the SCP community where I found you, like, people were relatively talkative, but it seemed very much like everyone was just kind of there to promote themselves rather than to try to genuinely make other streamer friends. So, like, I was even one of the people that was labeled as, like, the VIPs of that server. Like, you chat enough there, you would be labeled as a VIP, which like almost nobody had, which is a very strong sign to show that people were basically just posting their stream links and not actually trying to chat. But because I was chatting all the time, I was labeled as one of the VIPs there and like one of the top people that was in the stream list there. But so I could have even just stayed in that Discord server if I wanted, and that would still be free advertising even if I don't post my link there. But I just want to completely separate myself from that stuff, disconnect from it, and forget about it. So I left it anyway. Like, whatever to all my progress that was made there, I guess. Because, is it really progress? Is it really? And what does friends mean? I don't know what this means. And but truly, you avoid Twitter like the plague. The only reason I made a Twitter, I made it in December, so I haven't even had it for a year yet, is because I heard that it's apparently a very good networking tool for streamers. I don't think I've met... Oh, no, wait. I was about to say I don't think I've met a single streamer who's actually become a streamer friend through that. I take that back. I've met one person over like 3/4 of a year of being on Twitter who became a streamer friend. And that's I'm Thermite. Though he doesn't actually stream on Twitch right now. He's kind of taking a break and making YouTube content for now. Is what he's doing. So he's not actually streaming on Twitch a whole lot anymore. But regardless, I have made one whole streamer friend off of 3/4 of a year on Twitter. Like 2/4 of which were following a whole bunch of streaming communities and going out of my way to try to find people. Like sometimes they'll even put out networking tweets. I'll sometimes send out a tweet like, hey, like, I'd like to make new streamer friends. Would you like to as well? And then I'll post like some questions like, what inspired you to start streaming? What are your favorite games? How long have you been streaming? What do you want streaming to do for you? And what do you want to do for your viewers? Stuff like that that gets like conversation going and you can like make friends off of that. But typically, tweets like that will get quite a few likes and no replies. Or people will reply with things like, oh, follow me and I'll follow you. Or they'll like answer my questions and post their stream link. And I'll try to like keep the conversation going like, oh, hey, cool. What about this other question? Something like that. And then the conversation will just be over. They won't respond. They'll just have seen my tweet like a way for them to promote their own Twitch link, for them to put their link out there. Like, hey, this person wants Twitch link. Some people will reply with just their link, or some people will reply once and then not actually continue the conversation. Like they just want to like get their own name out there rather than try to, you know, make more streamer friends. So it's like, wow. People really don't want to try to make new friends when it comes to streaming, do they? It feels like most small streamers are just kind of like, let's promote my own content and not try to, you know, actually get out there and make new friends, you know? And I notice that a lot also when I raid small streamers who I've never raided before. They'll typically just be like, oh, thanks for the raid, and they'll like move on. Whereas if somebody raids me who I've never seen before, I'll be like, holy crap, this is a chance for a new streamer friend. So I'll be like, whoa, welcome. What were you just streaming? How long have you been streaming? What kind of stuff do you do? What are your favorite games? Like, what made you choose this stream to raid? I'll ask them all sorts of questions because I want to make new streamer friends, man. That's what I want to do. That mage here is a little bit scary. Anyway, when I start ranting about things, I get ranting for a while, don't I? I can't help myself. Let's break this guy's armor. Anyway, yeah. So like, it's not like it's impossible to meet people through these streaming communities and stuff like that. Like that's how I met you, Not So Formal. That's how I met Marshall Wonky, who hasn't been on Twitch for a long time. So it's not like it's impossible, but it just takes way too long because like 95% of people, I feel like, aren't interested in that kind of thing. I feel like. Because I feel like a lot of people will just be like, hey, people should come to my stream, but I'm not going to go to theirs. Which is also a reason why when I can't make it to other people's streams, I feel bad. Like a lot of the time, I'm not able to make it to your streams, Not So Formal. And then I feel bad because it's like, crap, I'm taking this like one-way support. I don't want to be like one of those guys. I want to be able to make it when I can, you know? And then, okay, I broke his armor. And then I feel bad. Then I feel bad there. But yeah, raid Harmonia. Oh boy, a new friend. Yeah, exactly. New people raid me and it's like a chance for a new friend. Exactly. And hello, SJ. How's it going? I made you reach affiliate. Come on, you owe me. Did I help you reach affiliate? Is this a thing that happened? It's all blurring together. I remember when it comes to helping streamers reach affiliate, I remember I helped Tuxwuff reach affiliate. I remember I was co-streaming with him to help him reach affiliate, and he got affiliated right on that stream there after I was like redirecting all my viewers there, like, oh, go to him then. And I helped him reach affiliate. So I know I at least helped him reach affiliate. Did I help you reach affiliate? Remember the really old game we played, RuneScape? You were like, oh yeah, you reached affiliate during that stream, didn't you? I remember you reached affiliate when you were live that day. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about that. Crap, so many things blurred together. I remember that now that you say it. Yeah, you were playing like RuneScape there, and I remember you were saying like right in the middle of the stream, like, oh, you actually have the viewership numbers to reach affiliate. I remember now. Now I remember. Oh man, and SJ, why don't you ever raid my non-existent stream? Because I'm a freaking big shot streamer out here. I have a whole like however many freaking followers. I'm such a big shot. I do this like full time. I don't need friends. I'm like above raiding anybody else ever. When my stream is done, I raid myself. I pass my viewers to me. That's what happens. I don't need to raid everybody else. So I'm never raiding your non-existent stream, SJ. That's what's happening. You're not good enough, nerd. I don't know what to say here. You need to reach partner without ever streaming. That's the goal. I mean, people that have large followings on other platforms, like people who are already like famous celebrities and stuff like that, if they go live once, they just immediately reach partner. You can't reach partner without going live. You have to go live at least once, since you need that average of 75 viewers. Actually, there's a whole bunch of other things. You have to stream for like a certain amount of hours in a month. You need to stream a certain amount of times in a month. And then there's the average viewership. But if your viewership is absolutely crazy for like one stream that you go live, Twitch will just be like, we're gonna give you partner anyway. That's happened. Sometimes they bend the rules around. They even do that for affiliates. For example, Carvia, he reached affiliate before one of those goals was actually met. So you need the 3 average viewers, you need a certain amount of hours streamed, you need a certain amount of days streamed, and there was something else, I think. Oh yeah, you need at least 50 followers. That's what the last thing is. The one thing that he didn't have was 7 unique days in the month streamed, because he was a brand new streamer and he got some raids by like some big shot Smash players since they knew him, since he's a freaking incredible Smash player himself. So he had all the other goals met except for rating, or not for rating, for streaming a certain amount of times in the month. He was at 6 out of 7, and then Twitch just handed him affiliate before the last one was even met. Like, I had no idea that was even possible, but he did it. So yeah, when it comes to getting affiliate, if you want to see someone who's cheated the system, have a look at freaking Carvia 4. He literally, you missed! He literally got affiliated before it's supposed to be possible to even be affiliated. So yeah, there you go. Fun fact. Go harass him now. Make fun of him. He's probably lurking here and listening in. Excuse me. But yeah. Anyway. There's that all. There's that all there. All right, let's ask him a question. Let's ask him a big question. Oh yeah, I can remount now. Oh wait, there is actually the one archer, I guess.
I could learn from
This is a good thing I didn't remount. Okay, we need to create a class maxing machine again. That's what we're gonna do. Anyway, I start ranting about things. I get ranting for a while. I can't help myself. This paralog's gonna take so long. It's gonna be great. This is probably gonna be an hour-long episode. As isn't uncommon with this game, actually, considering how long of a game it is. Meh, I don't know. By the way, if you've been remaking my Pikachu emote since you were bored, what, the one that just recently got approved? This one here? The freaking derpy Pikachu? That only got approved like a couple days ago? You have? How have you been remaking it? How so? Also, I have 2 Pikachu emotes. I have Carvia's and I have my own. So I can have like freaking 2 Pikachus here. Is what I can do. Like, now that Carvia has 2 emotes, I could also use the Skeptical Squirtle emote, which I've been wanting to use for so long, because that Squirtle from his channel is actually one of the first digital art things I ever drew. So yeah, that was one of my designs there, and now I can finally use the Skeptical Squirtle that I drew in chat now that he has 2 emote slots there. Also, I've been getting some messages on my phone. Quickly read those. Drawing from scratch? Interesting. Yeah, when I drew that original one, I actually drew it while I was at work. And because when I was at work during the summer, there was either a ton of work to do or almost none. Like, it would depend on how many computers we got in, because we would get computers in, we'd have to put them through this process, and then we'd ship them out to where they needed to go. But we'd only get so many computers in at a time, so sometimes the work would die down a little bit. So during those times, I had time to draw. I was literally getting paid to draw for quite a decent amount of time working that job, so it was great. So literally all 3 of my recent emotes are things that I was technically on the clock to draw. And the Pikachu there, I was asking my 2 co-workers who I was working with, like, what kind of an emote should I draw next of like a Pokemon or something like that? And I forget what they described, but whatever they described for me to draw wound up in me drawing that Pikachu. So that must have been one heck of a description that they gave me. I really wish I remember what they said now, because I don't remember it. But yeah, that must have been one heck of a description there, considering that's what I wound up drawing. So the Pikachu emote and the hero emote was my co-worker's suggestions. The Snivy emote was me sitting at my desk having nothing to do because I was out of work at the moment. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna draw something on a sticky note. So I drew a Snivy on a sticky note, and then I drew it digitally. And I never understood before that day how artists could like think of a design and then just quickly draw it up within like half an hour until I drew that. Because typically emotes take me like hours and hours, but that one took me like half an hour to 45 minutes all in all. Like I drew that Snivy so fast, and it's like, oh, now I get how artists do it so fast. Let's make a class maxing machine here. It's gonna be fantastic. Is what we'll do. When you worked as a computer lab manager at college, you mostly got paid to do your homework, read books, and mess around on the internet. About 10% of your time was actually spent working. That sounds so nice. Yeah, with a summer job, it was either we were so busy and always working, or not busy at all, and we were just chilling.
The puppets still move, but they appear weaker.
There's no more puppets.
Destroying them should be easier now.
Too late for that. Anyway, who is their class maxed? Dimitri does. You get to, oh wait, you have the knowledge gem. You can't go there. Lazathea does. You get to go here then. Is what you can do. Anyway. Yeah. Well, artists are taught how to draw sketches quickly. Oh yeah, that's true too. I've never been in a single art class in my life. Never ever. So I've actually asked one of the artists of my game making group if they'd be willing to teach me how to do like some art stuff. And the answer was yes when we have the time. So it's like, yes, I get to actually learn from someone who knows how to do art better than I can. How to do art on a program better than freaking Windows Paint that I currently use for all my emotes. Paint 3D to be more specific. But still, it's still technically Windows Paint. So I don't exactly have that fancy of an art program there. Okay, Sylvain's gonna have to go into the fray then. But yeah. I just have to draw every day. You went to governor's school for art in high school. I wish I could go into an art class at my current university. I keep trying to enroll in them, and they keep being like, no, you're not in the faculty of arts. You can't even take the beginner art classes. That's not allowed. And I'm like, man, let down there. Didn't major in college though because the pay is terrible. Yeah, artists, I know definitely don't get paid well there. I'm getting notifications for Discord here on my phone there. Art school is expensive. Yeah, like I don't know a ton about the whole art area when it comes to like professional art, but I do know a decent bit about the Twitch area. Like when it comes to content creation, artists making art for people who are doing content creation. Artists get so underpaid. Like, man, oh man, if I ever commissioned art, which I probably won't ever do since I kind of have a strict policy of doing it all myself or by people who I personally know. But if in theory I couldn't do digital art myself and I commissioned an artist, I would pay them like definitely way more than they would ask for, because artists, they ask for like so little when it comes to content creation stuff, and because that's basically what people expect that the pay should be when there's like so much work that goes into it. Like artists definitely don't get paid what they're worth. And that was you. Sorry, don't worry about it. For some reason my phone goes off with Discord notifications even when I have Discord open on my PC. So that's very strange. So here's the Pikachu there. Do you want me to show it on stream? Not so formal. Oh man. But yeah, our art teacher was upset you were given a half scholarship for the College of Art in Memphis, but that wasn't enough for you. Didn't want to be in a ton of debt. Yeah, like artists, like doing digital art and stuff like that is definitely something I want to pursue on the side and keep learning more about, considering I do all my art for my own channel. Like freaking these screens, for example. This is a drawing of my desk that took me a month over the summer to draw. This is one of my favorite drawings I've ever done. Like, so I totally want to get into digital art, like casually, to be able to look at stuff like that and be proud of it, you know? And yeah, but I definitely wouldn't be able, I don't think I'll probably ever do commissions. Like I'll do emotes for people I know. I have done emotes for people I know. This Squirtle emote is proof of that. Like I've done emotes for other streamers before, but like I'll probably only ever do that for free for like people I know. I don't think I'll ever really be charging people for that. I don't have the time for that anyway. It wouldn't be worth the price that I'd have to wind up charging for it, and it wouldn't be worth it. Definitely not. Yeah, probably would be pretty expensive there. And you just do art for fun. Yeah, that's another good reason for it there. Yeah, for me, it's both for fun and for having like semi-professional looking stuff on the stream without having to pay anybody else. Plus, I can look at it afterwards and be like, hey, I drew that. I'm proud of that. Dang, are my transitions not working? Fine, I'll manually go here. Sometimes my transitions don't always work. Anyway, and not so formal, you don't care. Alrighty, this is freaking. I love it. I quite like that, actually. I could always remove the background to make that an extension emote if you want. Because I have a ton of emote slots when it comes to extensions. Like with Frankerface Z and Better Twitch, we kind of have a ton of emote slots to fill there. So, just as like a joke kind of meme emote, if you'd like me to add that as one of the emotes to extensions there, not so formal, I could absolutely do that. Because, not gonna lie, that's a pretty cute emote there. Oh man. Man, this is a picture of grew. I'm hovering over that. That's freaking crazy. I really like how it's the strange shape there, where it's not just like a normal rectangle, where it's like one rectangle into another rectangle. So what's that supposed to be of? It's something mechanical there. Like, that is actually really cool looking though. There's no way I'd be able to draw something like that. But yeah. Always preferred pencil and paper, to be honest. You're not the best painter. Bunch of nuts and bolted screws. Gotcha. Would you like me to show it on stream or nah? Because I always could. But yeah, like I said, you just did since you were bored and mostly listen, not watch. Paint hates you. If I want. Yeah, because that's actually really crazy there. There's no way I'd be able to draw something that detailed. Like, it's so hard for me to draw detailed things in the first place. Like, the only time that I've ever come up with like shading on my own was this lurk emote here, just because there was like no good references for me to do it off of. And like, it's on the screen here as well, like at the top left there. I made it the poster in the top left there. So the shading on it, like on his tuft and stuff like that under his nose, that's the first time that I've done shading without using a reference and just came off the top of my head like, okay, what kind of shading would look okay? And I did that and I was like, wow, that's surprising. I actually managed to shade. I genuinely surprised myself there. My transitions really don't want to work, do they? But yeah, that is very, very good indeed. And the freaking highlighted message thing with the point system is so weird there. I wonder if I should change it to anything else. I know that you can call the point system anything you want, and because I go by Acoustic Harmonia, I was originally gonna call it Notes, but then when I realized you can upload your own image, I was like, okay, I gotta make it Nintendo related. It's Pokeballs now, since I have a Pokeball design already drawn up. You know, I had to make it Pokeballs. Anyway, I'm making a class maxing machine here, so what have I gotta do? What have I got to do here? Let's go ahead and turn off the combat animations. So Sylvain here is gonna want this thing. I should make a YouTube video on how to make that cool ass transition, like when it actually works. I've actually been thinking about doing that. Like, I have a whole bunch of stuff that runs in the background for the stream that like people don't typically know how I do. Like, I've actually been planning on making some streaming guides in the future. Like, when it comes to streaming guides, there's tons of guide videos out there when it comes to, like, how to be a good content creator and stuff like that. And all that such, how to be an entertaining streamer. But something like that is actually something that I could do myself. You know, that, like, not many people know how to do there. Like, one of the things that I run here that I was debating on doing a tutorial on is how to do my stream waveform. How to set up music like that, so it appears on my right monitor. And it plays it out like a stream waveform for my 3 screens here, with my starting student screen, my be right back screen, and my ending screen there. And oh, my transitions are working now. There we go. Let's mute that. But essentially, but yeah, I don't have a picture of it, but we once spent 2 months on a single still life of a bunch of glass vases, lights, shiny ornaments on a black and white cow print. Sounds way over my head. Or the light. All the reflections, angles, lights, curves were so hard, I can't even imagine it. And you only know how to do that on AE? What, the stream waveform or something there? I'm not doing any commissions right now because of 2 busy kids. Yeah, that sounds like it probably takes up quite a bit of time there. Like, there's my stream waveform thing where I've converted manually about 150 tracks that I enjoy. I've sorted them all with this green text here so I know where to find what. Essentially, I run it through a program called Sonic Candle that converts. I have to download them from YouTube. Then I have to run it through Sonic Candle. I have to decide the background color. I have to decide the waveform color. I run it through the converter. And you'd think that from there, I'd be able to directly import it into my video editing software. But turns out, that's not actually as easy as it is. I don't know why. Like, let's see here, waveforms. Like, this is just one of the things that's just a straight up waveform, for example. For some reason, you put these in. If this goes how I think it will, it's black. I don't know why that is. It's converted to a waveform, but it's just black there. I don't know why that is. Sonic Candle is not the best program ever. So essentially, there's an extra step that I have to take. So for some reason, what fixes this is uploading it to YouTube and downloading it from there. It must do something weird to the format. So for every single one of these, every single one, which is like 150 some, I have downloaded the MP3 from YouTube, run it through Sonic Candle, and chosen the color for each of them, like depending on, like I would change the color depending on like what seems like it would be fitting depending on the track that it is. Then I'd put it in the folder of waveforms. Then I upload them to YouTube under unlisted so that only I can see them. Every single one. And then once they're all uploaded, I download them from YouTube. Then I go back to YouTube and delete them all one by one. And then the downloaded ones I put in the folder that instead of being called waveforms is called stream waveforms. And here's all the ones that are functional. There's all the functional ones. And then I import them to here. I sort them all based on like franchise and games so that I can find them all again. And then we do that. So the stream waveforms take way more work than they should. But essentially, it allows me to make stuff like this that I use when I'm starting the stream, when I'm ending the stream, or when I'll be right back. I'll mute the game for now. So that's the secret behind my stream waveform. So I could do a tutorial video on that one day. I could also do a tutorial video on how I created like the GIF of this stream with like the begin adventure and like the little icon over yes there. And like giving the illusion that it's appearing on the screen when really it's just pasted on in a strange way there. Yeah, anyway, what did I miss here? Might get back into art and more into digital art when they're a little more independent. Makes sense there. But yeah, I haven't done no commissions in a while. I've done some scanlation redrawing though, since you translate anyway. This is awesome, thanks. Not to form you're lost for words when you talk about this dedication. Yeah, like, when I say I think I work harder than most streamers, I'm not trying to do like some flex where it's like, I'm doing so much more. These other guys probably don't do as much. I genuinely believe that I probably do a lot more than other streamers do, considering this is stuff that goes into the background. Here you are thinking spending 3 hours on making a neat voice effect, thinking it's hard work, and you come here showing how awesome I am. Thanks, not so formal. So that's the secret behind the stream waveforms. That's almost as loud as my voice, so I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. It's at 80%, I'll turn it down to 60%, so I like adjusting all these. So yeah, we have a whole bunch of different options here for different things. And since it green screens them all out, it just appears like it's a waveform on the screen there. Always love when streamers put their creative talents to use instead of outsourcing everything. It gives it a personal touch. Yeah, I like to do as many different unique things as I can. So that's the secret behind my stream waveform. You want to see the secret behind my freaking transitions? I'll show that. Okay, here's my DVD layout. Actually, maybe I should do like my desktop layout. Or maybe I should do my playthrough layout that doesn't have the capture card on. So the secret behind that transition there with like the swords fading in. How I did that. Where's the game here? Yeah, so here's my desktop, which I can't actually see. So hold on, this is gonna be a little bit tricky to work with because the game's in front of me. So I'm just gonna have OBS to work off of for what my primary monitor looks like. So things might be a little bit out of sync here because I don't actually directly see the screen. Anyway, here's the secret behind my stream waveforms then. And hello cam. The secret is essentially this right here. I learned how to program an auto hotkey, and this is what it is. So let's open with Notepad. This is the secret behind my transitions. So what does this say here? So essentially, for my different layouts here, what it does is, like, let's look at the playthrough one, for example. PT stands for playthrough. So my hotkey to go to the playthrough one is the freaking subtraction button on my keyboard. And I have these all labeled, by the way. On my keyboard, I have a whole bunch of, like, sticky notes I put here. You can't really see them. Not sticky notes, but you can see the white bits there. So I have them labeled. I wrote on, like, what they transition to. So, like, I hit this, and it transitions like that. Or it tries to. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm messing around with it right now, so I guess it naturally wouldn't work. Dang, I messed up my camera now. Oh, it's stuck. Dang it, man. Okay, let's manually transition here, like that. Okay, so I'm messing everything up here. Okay, so on OBS here, if I open settings, when it comes to my hotkeys, where's my playthrough stuff? Okay, so I have 4 scenes for playthrough, for example. I have 4 scenes. There's an actual playthrough scene, which is what we're on right now, which has the completed facecam overlay. We have int playthrough 1, which is the overlay that has the swords glowing and in full art. We go to that with numpad minus, which is why when this doesn't work, we have that, like, not working overlay. It's just the full swords there. And we scroll down here. Int playthrough 2 is this weird combination of inputs that I would never press by accident just by pressing on my keyboard. I purposefully made it a weird combination of inputs that is basically impossible for me to press by accident. So, freaking the moment I hit numpad sub here, auto hotkey when it's running will wait for 1 full second. This is 1000 milliseconds right here, so that's 1 second, so it sleeps for 1 second. Then it sends inputs of control down, right alt down, W down, and then after they've been pressed down, you have to tell it to put them up again, otherwise they just stay pressed down forever. So that transitions to int playthrough 2. Then from there, it transitions to int playthrough 3. So it waits for 1000 milliseconds again, then it presses control down, right alt down, S down, and then the same thing, it lets them up again, which therefore transitions to int playthrough 3. And then from there, finally, I guess it doesn't show the playthrough one here, but for the actual playthrough layout, it presses control down, right alt down, X down, so like WSX. So I have things in sets of 3 like that go down the keyboard to differentiate them, so I know what I'm working with here. So like all these different things, basically, like this is QAZ, like down that area, for example. Or the next one over here is EDC, like it's sets of 3 down like that, so I can organize it and to like get my thoughts straight and stuff like that when I'm working with this. So yeah, sleep again for 1000 milliseconds, and then it transitions to the final one, which is this scene right here, and then it stops the code. It doesn't run it anymore. So you can see here's the auto hotkey thing here. Like I can refresh it here. So essentially, now when I hit the minus button, it does this. That's the secret behind it. I currently have this off for that though at the moment. So that's the secret behind this. So if I turn on my second display capture here, you can see I have 4 things for my playthrough. I have int playthrough 1, int playthrough 2, int playthrough 3, and playthrough. So the moment I hit the minus button, it transitions between the 3 of them. Like, I guess you couldn't see it there. Now it's like bugging out and stuff. But essentially, if I do it manually, like if I turn this off. So if I just did it with my mouse cursor, this right here is int playthrough 1. This is the first design of, I need to turn this down, I'm sorry. I need to turn it down a little bit there. As good as this Insane in the Rain remix is. So this is int playthrough 1 right here that has the swords full and glowing. This is int playthrough 2 where it cuts them off and is getting ready for the camera. This is int playthrough 3 that finally puts the camera in it. And finally, this is the playthrough overlay that actually has the swords in it. Or the not glowing swords anymore and my camera in it. So it gives the illusion that it's transforming like that when really it's going from one setting to another. So at the end of the day, if it decides to work properly here, if I press the minus key, we can transition like that as it cycles through many scenes and gives the illusion that it's like doing an animation when really it's not, and it's just going through multiple scenes of OBS. So I can do that for like all my different scenes that I have here. And it gives that kind of visual illusion. So yeah, I think that's the first time I've actually run through how to do that on stream before. So that one definitely took a decent bit of time to figure out, because all the different inputs that I was telling auto hotkey to do were like weird button combinations that would do weird things there. Thanks for the follow, Titus River. I appreciate it. Oh, and another secret is the overlays glow for 60 seconds whenever the alert box goes off. There's a different secret behind that, and that is I use a different software for alert box. So I use Streamlabs for my main alert box, which is like the alert that just appeared in the center of the screen. I use Stream Elements, I believe. It's either Stream Elements or freaking Muxy. I don't remember. It's one of the two that I use for this. Where basically I have the alert just as the glowing version of my facecam overlay, and I have it right over my camera. So it basically pastes the glowing version on top of my overlay for 60 seconds whenever something like that happens, whenever someone follows, whenever someone hosts, whenever someone gives bits. So whenever the alert box goes off, it gives the illusion that the facecam overlay starts glowing, when what it's really doing is taking an alert box from another software and pasting it over of my facecam overlay for 60 seconds. So it gives that cool visual illusion like that. Yeah, that's some of the secrets behind my stream that I've... Those are some of my good old trade secrets. Speaking of trading, what the heck was I doing? I was trading there, and then I was like... I was doing things here. Anyway, yeah. That's some of the stuff that I do in the background for the stream. That's a handful of the things there. But yeah, I know a streamer who spent 6 months editing his outro and even commissioned Honest Trailer's voice to say something at the end, and he wasn't a big streamer either. That's actually really cool. That's really cool there. Alright, who wants to be healing Sylvain? Who wants the experience there? Oh yeah, you would then. Felix? Is probably the case. Let's make the class maxing machine now. The class maxing machine is fully operational. Ready to get maxing classes. So he has... Who has an adjutant again? Cyril. So that'll help Cyril perfect Mercenary, and that'll help Sylvain perfect Paladin, so he can go back to being a Dark Knight again. Went through tons of his old playthroughs to find specific clips. That's dedication. Yeah, it definitely is. I'm actually going to be going through some of my clips in... I'm not sure how recently I'll do it, but one of the things that Twitch announced that's going to be coming in the future is channel trailers for people to get like a feel for like what kind of person a streamer is by going to their channel when they're not live. So at some point, I'm going to have to develop a trailer for this channel. So I'm going to have to go through like a whole bunch of old clips. And I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I might not need to do it for a while. It's only a feature that they're rolling out sometime next year, so I have some time. But, sorry. Eventually, I'm going to have to make a channel trailer. Oh, I forgot to give a freaking knowledge gem to Felix. Whoops. Whoopsie doopsie. Oh, I forgot to heal that turn. I forgot. But yeah, so I might have to do a... I'm gonna have to do a similar thing in the future. Except for a trailer for appearing on this channel for when I'm not live. Once that's eventually implemented, it's just supposed to be sometime next year right now, so I have some time. I definitely have some time before that.
Only natural.
Only natural. But yeah, that's some of the stuff that I do in the background. I can't heal. Annette can. You want to heal him? There you go. Free level up. Yeah, so there's that.
Protect everyone.
Ooh, I know something else that I can run through for stuff that I do in the background. Developing thumbnails for the series that I do. So when I started out as a new streamer and I was like uploading stuff to YouTube afterwards, I took a kind of lazy route where I developed like one format for a thumbnail, and all I would change is the number on each one, but it'd be like the same background and all that every time. But nowadays, I develop a unique thumbnail for every single video. And because this is the longest series I've ever done, this is by far the biggest thumbnail project that I have in my video editing software. Like, it's taken a while for it to load up here. But essentially, this is my file where I make thumbnails for this series right now. We're currently, as of the last stream, at part 136, so we have quite a bit of thumbnails here. So there's a gap there to separate the first and second playthroughs. Why is there a gap here? Why is there a gap here? Oh, because there's a gap here because it jumps some numbers because I was working on some of these out of town. So it jumps from 18 to 21 there because I made a few out of town. So yeah, we're currently at 136. I only just uploaded part 115 today though. So in terms of actual uploads, we're a little bit behind. Just because I'm uploading one video per day, but I'm streaming through it so fast. So, you know, we're a little bit behind there. Considering we're actually at part 136. Further now, considering there's this stream right now. But essentially, because there's 4 different routes for this game, I made my own borders for all of them. So I have yellow for golden deer, I made a blue border for blue lions, and this uses the hex color codes actually from the flags of each of these characters. I made a red one for black eagles. I made like a general one that was a mix of the 3 colors. I don't think I've used that at all. That was just like generally testing. Here's the sort of the creator that's part of my facecam overlay, and there's like the glowing version since that's also part of my facecam overlay. And essentially, like for the first playthrough here, because I started with black eagles, we have a red border. So by looking at the thumbnail, you can naturally tell that it's a black eagles playthrough. Like here it transitions into a silvery kind of look based on the banner of flames because I didn't actually stay with the Edelgard route. I went with the church route from there by accident. So to signify that that's my choice of the 4 routes, I developed a 4th thumbnail, which is kind of silvery based on the banner of flames. So it's meant to signify them doing that route. But yeah, so there was red thumbnails before then to signify I'm doing black eagles. Now, this series, this playthrough is taking much longer than my first one. We got up to part 60 for my first playthrough. And now we're past 136. We're probably at part 140 by the time this part goes up that I'm currently streaming right now. So I've already more than doubled my playtime there because I'm like, this first playthrough was like my casual playthrough where I'm just pushing through it. Now I'm like taking the time to like make all my units broken. So I'm definitely taking longer this time. And yeah, so for every single one of these, I essentially will choose whether the Fire Emblem 3 Houses thing goes on the left or right, depending on that. There, I have to resize the thumbnails or the backgrounds. I take screenshots from my streams. I go back to my streams and I take screenshots based on it. And the cutscenes in 3 Houses, I typically have to zoom out because for some reason they do this weird thing where they have like this bar and then like this color based on like whatever thing you've chosen there. So like the default look, whoops, there goes the freaking thing there. The default look for each of these is this. It's that bar and that there. So I literally have to zoom in on each of them to make sure that that bar isn't visible or is at least mostly blocked by my border. Like there's some cutscenes that are exceptions, like the things that are just straight up cutscenes. Like this, for example, that's not going to have that because that was just a straight up cutscene from this game. So for each of them, I have to do that. And not only do I archive them all on YouTube, but I archive them on Twitch as well. Like on YouTube, I do individual parts like this, like 115, 116. On Twitch, though, I archive them as the full streams. So sometimes I have to do like smaller numbers like that. Like the last stream was stream 34, meaning this stream is going to be stream 35, for example. We're currently on stream 35 out of that, for example. Whereas that is also part 135 as well. And something very strange about freaking Twitch when it comes to thumbnails, like YouTube when it comes to accepting thumbnails, it'll accept thumbnails as long as they're smaller than 2 megabytes. Twitch, however, will only accept thumbnails if they're smaller than 1 megabyte. So after I export these ones, I literally have to go into Paint and resize them so that they're smaller there. So like the equivalent thumbnail here, that's 1.46 megabytes by default. But I typically have to resize it in Paint until it's smaller than a megabyte so that Twitch will actually accept me to upload it. So that's freaking some of the background process behind my thumbnails, with this being the largest project there is, to the point that it takes quite a while to load to open this, because this series is so incredibly long, it is ludicrous. Anyway, yeah, that's some more of the background process behind stuff I do. I don't think anybody's even watching my Fire Emblem 3 Houses playthrough, but the idea behind putting stuff on YouTube is like, hey, I'm archiving it there forever. It's a permanent record. I can go look back at it one day and be proud of it. And like, maybe it's a chance for getting new eyes on the stream. But at the end of the day, I guess its primary purpose is a time capsule. But to increase the chances of potentially getting new eyes on it and trying to like grow things here, I do nowadays put in the effort to actually making unique thumbnails for every single one, which typically for like 2 streams, it'll take me like an hour to make the highlights and do all the thumbnails for. So I mean, over time it adds up for sure. Like 2 streams worth of cutting up the streams for upload for preparation and thumbnail creation, it's typically an hour, depending on how long the stream is. If it's like an average kind of length stream, that's typically how long it is. Yeah, you can work on your thing next then. Is what you can do. So yeah, there's some insight into a few things that I do in the background, that the untold stories of the work that I put in for streaming. Oh, I can mount again. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that. Let's mount here. And items, yeah, I have Marianne's prayer ring now. Okay. Oh, man. So yeah, it's kind of, when it comes to streaming content related stuff, I'd be lying if I said I didn't put in a lot of work. Oh, man. It's a bit redonk. Oh my goodness, did he get a crit? There goes so much HP. My, oh my, he must have gotten a crit. It's pretty interesting though. I'm glad you find it interesting. Yeah, so there's some of the things that I work on in the background. Like, when it comes to uploading stuff, there's also cutting things up with the Twitch highlighter, which, by the way, Twitch has been bugging out lately. The highlighter barely works, so it's made it very hard for me to cut things up lately. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. But I know there was one stream that I actually gave like a full hour-long rundown on like how I cut up my streams and develop thumbnails. So I basically took a stream, I cut it up into parts, I showed how I like, hold on, let's go to video producer here. And I uploaded it to YouTube though. I uploaded it as the first kind of streaming guide, even though it was just like raw uncut footage. It was literally just an hour of me putting in work so that people would be able to see like, okay, this is the exact process how it's done. It's not even a specific guide video where there's like commentary over it or something. It's just raw footage of me doing work for an hour. And I mean, I was doing live commentary over it, but you know, okay, there's the broadcasting one. So essentially, whenever a stream goes by, like for example, the most recent Fire Emblem Three Houses stream was this one, excluding the one that's live right now. Essentially, I click on highlight, and I basically use this tool to basically do one highlight that's just the entire stream, like not the entire one, like I cut it off at certain points, like I wait for that music to die out first, and I cut it out before I start talking about who I'm gonna host. Like I purposefully cut it out there, so it's just raw. So it's just raw the game, basically. So I'll typically start a few minutes into when the music's over. So one highlight of like the whole stream, and then a whole bunch of highlights of like individual parts that are like half an hour to an hour that go on YouTube and such. So as you can see that here, there's stream 34 is what I developed that into. That was a 5-hour, 40-minute stream last time, for example. But stream 34 also becomes part 131 to 136 when it comes to being uploaded on YouTube. So, like when it comes to being archived on YouTube, they're individual parts like this. Whereas when it comes to being archived on Twitch, I just archive the full streams because Twitch will keep your VODs forever if you save them as a highlight, actually. And so if I go ahead and show my highlights, or collections I should say, I have playlists here that are just all my streams. So with that knowledge in mind, you can see that I beat my first playthrough of this game on stream 14. And now, it's taken me way longer than 14 streams to get to this point, hasn't it? So there's currently stream 34, and this one that's being streamed right now is going to be stream 35, for example. So that's like the Twitch version of it, where we're currently on part 35, I guess. Whereas there's the YouTube version of it, which is cut up into smaller individual parts, because that's what YouTube is. It's meant for like shorter sessions. Whoops, that's Plants vs. Zombies. It's the same idea though. Where YouTube is meant for shorter sessions and such, so it becomes individual parts. So instead of being 14 streams, it's instead 60 individual parts for the first playthrough. And now it's up to like 115 for this playthrough here. Jeez, this series is unbelievably long. So when it comes to archiving all this stuff away at the end of the day, that's my process there. And oh, the main thing that I was actually going to show there, yeah, I only have the one video in the playlist here for now. There was one that I did a while back where it was just like an hour and 2 minutes of just showing me putting in the work of like, because I only just started streaming Link's Awakening there and I wanted to like chill and stuff. So I was basically showing the process of like my thumbnail creation and stuff like that. So there was like the whole highlighting thing where it's like, okay, here's the individual parts I'm cutting it up into with like the main stream at the top there where I'm selecting the start and end point for each one of these parts. And then I was getting into thumbnail creation. So I was like taking screenshots of various parts. So there's like, take a screenshot of this because that's a good, that's a good thing there. So I pasted in Paint, I'd crop it out. There's actually a better way to do this now. Now I know how to actually capture one monitor rather than cropping it out. You can just hit Alt and print screen and it'll just capture the one screen. That's very good to know there. So I basically go through all the parts. I screenshot a certain part that's good for a thumbnail, with the exception being for part 1, where I just use a generic kind of background that represents the game as a whole. I always do that for part 1 of any of my series. And then it develops into thumbnail creation for stuff that relates to it for the whole rest of the series, basically. And then we put them in the freaking collection for Twitch. We get them ready for upload for YouTube. I get a bunch of tags ready when it comes to uploading. I create new playlists for YouTube, and I add them to the playlist list here so that playthroughs goes in reverse chronological order, so that there's the newest ones at the top and the oldest ones at the bottom. I find some hashtags to put on to help make it more discoverable, even though I think nobody watches my stuff ever anyway, so it feels like the hashtags do nothing. That's the curse of being a small creator there, I guess. So it feels like the hashtags do nothing, but I'll include it anyway. And I include the game title with everything. So yeah, this video was literally just an hour, 2 minutes of me doing work, I guess. This is what it looks like it is. So this paralogue that I'm doing now in Fire Emblem Three Houses is taking way longer than I originally intended it to, because the stream has basically evolved into me giving a rundown on how stuff works in the background of my stream. Stuff that I haven't revealed before, except for that last point, since there was already a video on it. But most of the stuff I haven't revealed before. You have a translation blog, and you've had posts that never got a single view. Yeah, that's typically the way most of my videos go. Most of them will say they have 1 view. That's just me, because I'm clicking it to like put a comment down. Because one of the ideas is you add 1 comment to the video, and then that gives people something to respond to. I don't think anybody's ever responded to them though. So, you know, feels bad, man. Okay, you've got your class mastered, and so has Cyril. So you gotta hand off your knowledge gems somewhere then. You can get your staff back. Actually, let's go ahead and heal here first. Yeah. Guess you gotta start from somewhere, I guess. I guess everybody has to start from somewhere. And yeah, I don't know. Who else wants to master a class that would actually be useful too? Maybe Ash. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your movement's 5. Cool. I can move Ash out of there. Neat, man. Boopity bop. At the same time, you have a few posts that have over 1,000 views. Yeah, there's a couple videos of mine that just randomly have a ton of views. Like, I think the most viewed video on my channel right now is a random part of my Pokemon Let's Go Eevee playthrough, and the title of it is like, that's where to find the gold teeth? Something like that, even though it's something that's given to you automatically as part of the story. So I guess a lot of people are searching where to find the gold teeth in that game, even though it's automatically given to you as part of the story. I just included that as my stream title because it was such a weird place that you eventually find them. But apparently that was the go-to clickbait title. Apparently. I think my second most viewed video is a Smash Ultimate part where I had just gotten the Soma Cruz spirit in World of Light. And it was a really good spirit, so I called the video title, "Is Soma Cruz Best Spirit?" And that video got like 1,000 something views, and people started commenting in the comments as if it was a general discussion on how good Soma Cruz is. Like, people were discussing like, I don't actually think he's the best spirit. You see, he's outclassed by these other ones. I didn't respond to any of them because I was just like, why are they making responses like that? It's just a stream title. It's not a discussion video. I just got Soma Cruz in that part, and he's just really good, so I just gave that the stream title. But people were treating it like the video was like a general discussion on like the best spirits in the game. So people were going into a discussion like being like, I don't know if he's the best spirit. He's definitely pretty solid, like going in there with a... It was weird. It was definitely pretty weird. So yeah, I think those are my 2 most viewed videos on YouTube. And like the videos that I actually put a lot of time and effort into, like my guide videos that I make, that take a very long time to make, those don't get as many views. Like, obviously the ones that get the least amount of views are stuff like this, my playthroughs that are going on for like ever. I don't think anybody's watching this one currently as I'm streaming this, like when it comes to uploads after. 1 or 2 people might be watching my Ghostbusters one. Like, I know that there was a couple people that were interested in seeing my Ghostbusters playthrough and had missed some of the streams, so there might be 1 or 2 people watching my Ghostbusters playthrough. But when it comes to uploads right now, I don't think anybody's watching this one, and I don't think anybody's watching my Garden Warfare 3 one.
Now to apply this
Don't think anybody's watching either of my other 2 daily uploads that I'm doing right now. Okay, you've mastered your class, so yeah, let's give you back your prayer ring in that case. Who wants to be healing next? You're out of heals, so you can't. I guess we'll have Annette go in next. Yeah, swap out the magic staff there and stuff. Seems like a good plan. Oh, his bow's broken now. He might not be doing any damage. He has a really low hit rate now. Okay, Marianne's done, so we'll put her off to the side. We'll get Annette in there ready to heal and stuff. This is what we do. Yeah, so there's a couple random videos in there that just randomly have a ton of views. Ton from like a small creator standpoint, but not a lot. I wonder how much attention my guide videos even make. Like the guide that I put the most effort into was my Dead by Daylight palette guide. That's literally 50 minutes of like just raw information. Like I crammed so much in there. Like it's the kind of thing where it's like it's long, but it doesn't stay on the same subject for more than like a couple minutes, where it goes from like one subject to the next and is just crammed with information. How much does this have? This actually has 335, so I'm glad that people are actually semi liking my palette guide, but it's definitely not as big as like a normal guide would get to when it comes to people actually searching for that. In terms of a small creator making something like that, I guess it's just a handful. I had one person come into this stream once who followed me and said, "That's for your palette guide," and that was like one of the best streams ever because of that. Like that made my day. That was fantastic.
Bit risky.
Ah, I just heard my voice. Bit risky, he said. What about my Fire Emblem 3 Houses guide? What about my Max Classes Fast guide that I put up like a couple weeks ago? 13 views. Put it up 1 week ago. 13 views on one of the most in-depth guides I've made. The most in-depth one I've made is that palette guide, but the Max Classes Fast guide with 3 houses, 13. What about my Master Classes series? Let's see here.
Builds you can.
Part 1 of 5 has 44. Part 2 of 5 has 62. Part 3 of 5 has 39. Part 4 of 5 has 29, and part 5 of 5 has 16. What about my other Dead by Daylight guides? I'm curious now. My first Dead by Daylight guide has 66, and my efficiency one has 95. Okay, so I guess, yeah, the quality difference definitely shows with like how good the palette guide is, but still, it's still not exactly a ton of views. I guess from a small creator standpoint, 335 is quite a bit there, but in terms of like generally on YouTube, that's basically nothing. You know, I think the funniest part is that some of the highest rated posts are the ones you did the least amount of work on. Yeah, that's the way it is with like my most viewed YouTube videos, with that freaking random part of Let's Go Eevee and that random part of Smash Ultimate. It's like, why are they so viewed? Is it because they have clickbait titles like that? So I've tried making titles with similar names since then, depending on what kind of a playthrough it is, but they've never gotten the same attention. They've never quite gotten the same reception like that, so I don't know what it was about those ones. Because I've tried to do like the same kind of accidental clickbaity strategy as those two titles, but I just haven't been able to capture it. Somehow I haven't been able to do it. Alright, let's cycle through this a bit. Oh, there we go, there's some damage. Yeah, Annette's coming close to being able to master Grimoire, so that's pretty neat. Even though Grimoire gives a pretty useless skill, it makes me feel better about my progress anyway. Cool, look at that.
I've made it my own.
I've made it my own. Other thing is that since it's your translation blog, you pick what you want to translate, whether it's popular or not, because you want to read it anyway. Yeah, that's like content that I do here. Like, from what I can tell, when it comes to all the games I've streamed, if I just wanted to stick to one game and one game only that was best for stream growth, it'd be Pokken Tournament, actually. Because Pokken Tournament actually has a decent amount of attention towards it, but like almost nobody streams it. Like there are literally times that there is not a single streamer streaming Pokken Tournament. So I remember when I started out as a streamer, for my first like half a year into it, because I would stream different multiplayer games like Smash Bros, Dead by Daylight, Pokken Tournament, stuff like that, I would actually look at the directory for Pokken Tournament, and if there was no other streamer in it, I would go into that. I would start streaming Pokken Tournament, and then I'd stream for like 15 minutes and get like 20 new followers just like that, which I guess followers don't translate to viewership, but still that shows that it was like getting attention. So like you stream Pokken Tournament, and while there's no other Pokken Tournament streamers, which happens a decent bit, and that's a good way to grow there. So if I literally just cared about stream growth and that was it, and didn't care about like my happiness towards stuff that I was doing, and just was like, let's make as much progress as fast as possible, I'd stream Pokken Tournament every time. But I can't stream Pokken Tournament every time. That game stresses me out. But from what I've seen, from all the games I've streamed before, it's the best game out of all the ones I've played before when it comes to stream growth, honestly. Yeah, I better trade the knowledge gem back here. Second best that I do is Smash Bros, but that's only really good for stream growth if you're doing like viewer games. And it's not really stream growth, because the people who will like watch your stream for that typically, like the new people who come in, typically only do it because they want to play matches against you and will never come to your stream if you stream anything else. So it's not really growth. Who else has an adjutant here? You do, but that doesn't really count. Oh yeah, freaking Felix is next. It looks like. But yeah, like, I was very much a kind of multiplayer game streamer for a long time, where it's like, this is what I'll focus on for growth, and maybe I'll do some playthroughs on the side. But like, there's so many new games coming out all the time, like this one is taking so long. And at first I was like, yeah, I'll just do like main multiplayer stuff like Smash Bros, Dead by Daylight, and archive it on YouTube afterwards to be like a partially playthrough streamer. But nowadays, I'm basically completely a playthrough streamer, which is terrible when it comes to growth, if I'm going to be frank. But it's what I'm having the most enjoyment with. It's what's able to have me do a crazy amount of uploads on YouTube all the time, even though I know that the rate at which I upload is making a lot of people unsub from me, because I typically do like a upload daily for all my ongoing series, and I only just recently finished uploading Link's Awakening, so I was kind of doing 4 uploads a day for a little while. Link's Awakening, Ghostbusters, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborhood, 4 ongoing series. So people kind of unsub to me all the time because of how frequently I upload. But anyway, nowadays I'm pretty much a playthrough only streamer, and like, it sucks for growth, but I mean, it's also what I'm most passionate about. And as I'm archiving more and more stuff on YouTube, I guess one mindset that you could look at it with is like, that stuff is uploaded there forever. So as long as you keep making progress there, in theory, maybe it can snowball eventually, you know, help you more and more. Because I know that there's plenty of people who occasionally watch my YouTube content who know like nothing about my stream. But the other thing is that you get the most views depending on what happens in the stories, which you have no control over. So like, these characters admit they love each other, boop, 1,000 views, regulars, in between stuff, 50 to 100. Also, it's Tumblr, and you are free to 1, reblog anything, 2, promote others, steal other people, 3, steal other people's stuff. Yeah, gotcha. But yeah, I guess when people are looking for translate stuff, they're probably seeking out the specific stuff that they enjoy the most, I guess. I guess so. And like, that's oftentimes the way it is for my series is people will usually seek out specific parts, usually to find an answer to like how to do something. That's why those titles that ask questions typically get the most views, because it's like, okay, maybe this video is answering this question that I had to ask to like progress in the game, something like that. So I purposefully try to ask stuff like that, or to make video titles like that, because I'm trying to use it as best I can. Although I still haven't had a single person come in here saying that they found my Twitch from watching one of my playthroughs. That still has not. Technically, it happened once during Bravely Default, but I never saw them again, so it doesn't really count. If they never appear again, I don't think it counts. That doesn't really count as growth there, you know? But yeah, it's nearly been 3 years now, and you have 1,259 followers, so it's not terrible. Yeah, some decent progress there, for sure. Like, but progress always feels so slow. It always feels like that's what it feels like for me streaming, is it feels so slow. But at the end of the day, if I was looking at what I had now as me just starting out, I would be astounded. But yeah, it's still very slow and steady, and it's especially hard to grow on platforms like Twitch that have like almost no discoverability, which is one of the reasons I branched out to YouTube. One is to like time capsule archive my stuff, and the other reason is a potential way to get discovered, because YouTube actually has like algorithms for discovery. You know, who wants to go in there next? Annette, you want to? Would you like to do so? So Dimitri has his knowledge gem back, and you have your Aegis shield back. Especially since you can only post about 3 times a month, because you're at the mercy of magazine schedules. Jeez, so you can't even post whenever you want to then. Man, I don't know what I'd do if that was the case for YouTube, considering I was just doing 4 uploads daily for like several weeks. You know? Oh man, now it's down to 3. And Ghostbusters is gonna end soon, so it'll be back down to 2. That'll be nice. But at the same time, I just uploaded part 115 of this series today, when we already have up to part 136 prepared. Probably up to part 140 if you count this stream. So like, I'm debating about potentially doing like some double uploads for that series again. Like I was doing that for several weeks, doing 2 uploads of 3 houses daily. I might do that on like weekends or something, just to help me catch up a little bit. So we're gonna be back down to 2 for a while instead of 3. That'll be a nice change of pace. Just Garden Warfare, Plants vs. Zombies, and this series. That'll be nice, just doing 2 daily. 4 daily is so much, especially when I start putting end cards at the end of each video. I think I'm gonna start doing that, because that's so much extra work. I think I'm gonna stop doing that entirely. Like, it probably makes almost no difference, and it's so much extra work, so I don't think I'm gonna bother with it anymore. Once Ghostbusters is all uploaded, I think I'm not gonna put end cards at the end of my videos anymore, unless it's like a guide video. But for my regular playthrough videos like this, I'm not gonna put end cards at the end anymore. It's so much extra work. Because I go through all the uploads I just did and put end cards at the end of them, and it adds up so fast. But anyway, Ghostbusters will be finished soon. I just uploaded like part 16 today, and it's only a 20-part series, so that'll be done soon. But at the end of the month, Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out, so then it's going to be back up to 3 uploads again, because that's going to be an ongoing series. And I'm going to have to upload a whole bunch at once, like, in early November, since we're doing the 24-hour charity stream on November 2nd. So I'm going to have to upload, like, 24 hours of footage, like, all at once. Just like I did with the first 24-hour charity stream. Which, by the way, maybe I should express that more during the streams, that there's an event coming up. For anyone interested, November 2nd, Saturday to Sunday, 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. Mountain Time, gonna be fundraising for the Stollery Children's Hospital by streaming challenges for 24 hours straight. The latter 12 hours of which can be chosen by people who donate for the Stollery from like a list of challenges that I have there. They can choose my challenges. That's what we did for the first 24-hour charity stream, and it was pretty fun, and it helps make a positive difference, you know? But yeah, anyway, most of them come out at the beginning of the month, so we're translating 5 different posts in 2 days. One comes out in the middle sometimes. Sounds stressful. Sounds like a lot to handle there. Okay, who still wants to master a class? I guess my unit can. My unit technically could, or Flane could, I guess. I don't really need to master that anytime soon. I don't really need to master this anytime soon either. I'm gonna do it anyway. Take your magic staff back. Alright, if I stay mounted, will that bow have a little bit of a chance of hitting me since I'm a flyer? Or does the accuracy not increase, just the power? 14%, 0 damage. Oh man. Still coughing on stream a little bit, but not too frequently anymore. Yeah, unsurprisingly, you don't like the crap stuff like One Piece and Naruto, which comes out weekly, which would totally boost your views, but you hate it. Yeah, that's like me avoiding viewer games with Smash Bros. It would totally boost my viewership, but like, it makes me feel bad about myself because people only come to play games against me. So I'd rather pursue things that I enjoy, like this here. Like, I'm such a big Fire Emblem nerd. So, sure, this is by far the longest series I've ever done, as long as I've been a streamer. But like, at least I can be passionate about it. But after this playthrough, I'm going to take an extended break from this game so I can commit to other playthroughs. I've wanted to start Bravely Second and Okami HD since the beginning of this year, and I haven't had the chance to because so many other playthroughs are bogging me down. So after this, after finishing the Blue Lions route, I'm going to take an extended break from this game. Apart from that there, I can get down to streaming this game a ton. Yeah, I want to be able to commit to this other stuff. I told people I'd cover it like so long ago, and I haven't had the chance to because like so many things are bogging me down. This being the main thing. So we will continue with Golden Deer on Maddening Classic difficulty one day, but we're gonna take an extended break. So there's that. Especially considering I was under the impression that I would be at about part 120 by the time that I beat this series, because the first playthrough took 60 parts, so naturally the second would take about 62. Nope, we're already at part like 140, and we're only just past the halfway point because I've been doing stuff like I'm doing right now, where I'm literally creating class maxing machines. It's because I'm doing crap like this that this series is taking so long, because I'm taking so much time to just perfect everything. So it's taking so long. And I recruited everybody, so I kind of have every paralog to do as well that also lengthens it. But, you know, so this is way longer than the first playthrough is. It's probably going to wind up being like double the length of the first playthrough, considering the first playthrough was 60 parts, and it took me almost 60 parts to get to the time skip. I think I got the time skip at part 118. So yeah, almost the length of the first playthrough. It took me just to get to the time skip. Nutty. Okay, let's finish the battle here. Is what we'll do. But yeah, you get that. I just can't help myself. The first playthrough was like the casual, let's figure out how this game works kind of thing. And now that I understand how this game works, now it's time to break the game. Because that's what I do with every Fire Emblem game I play. It's just who I am. Speaking of, Fire Emblem Awakening on Lunatic Plus Classic difficulty is going to be one of the games I stream for the 24-hour charity stream. And that's the hardest game I've ever played. Lunatic Plus Classic should not exist. Hoo boy. Lunatic Plus alone should not exist. The devs did not test that mode at all. Anyway, this is probably the longest paralog we've ever done, consider on this whole playthrough thus far, because whenever I start ranting, I can't stop ranting about things because I enjoy it. So let's turn off the camera, let's turn off the chat box, and let's see how this goes.
Here. So this is Lady Rhea's treasure.
It's a $15 gift card to Applebee's. Crap. That sucks. I would love to save. Wait, 135 hours I was at before this started. What's it at now? 137! I took 2 hours for that paralog?
I never thought a holy tomb would have a trap such as that. Had we not been prepared. Yet, if Lady Rhea laid that trap, then what kind of person is she?
Having done the first playthrough and knowing a thing or two, I'm gonna say the top one. Goddess, maybe?
Perhaps you should go save Lady Rhea and ask her directly. Whatever the truth, still this treasure has been recovered. I do not know how much history is attached to this item, but it is an amazing artifact. It is possible this weapon once engraved its name in the history of the Church of Seiros. This is your responsibility, imparted to you by Lady Rhea. You must decide how best to make use of it. I will be going now. I must prepare for our next battle.
We got the Seiros shield there. Also, because I just turned the chat box on, that lol seems really out of place, but I know that that was to the Applebee's gift card comment. A sacred shield linked to the crest of Seiros. Halves monster damage and restores HP each turn. And it only has 3 weight. That's a darn good shield. Holy crap.